Okay, the first part of this video is about a police brutality case out in Springfield, Illinois, where a pregnant woman was tased and beat up by some cops. And there was a bystander watching this, and you could tell the guy didn't really know what to do. He kind of walked forward and then he kind of walked back, and he was probably in turmoil about if he should intervene or not. And that's a lot of why sometimes this stuff happens, is the people that are standing around. I mean, if you don't have a way to videotape it, absolutely videotape it. But if you don't have a way to videotape it, what should you do? I mean, if you get involved, you might be arrested for obstruction. If you stand there and do nothing, you see somebody brutalized. So it creates a conflict in people, and how should they react? I mean, I don't know. It's a really good question, because there's a case not too long ago up in Fullerton, California, where a homeless guy got beat up by the police. In fact, if you look at you can find it on the YouTube. He was so beaten that his head didn't even look recognizable. And the guy was actually a son of a police officer, a sheriff. While somebody is standing there watching somebody else literally be beat to death, would you intervene or not? Or do you just stand there? I mean, there's a lot of people standing there. It'd be real hard for me not to intervene. It'd be real hard for me. I'm not saying to do that, but you know, people have to have a little bit of a conscience about this too. But the reason I think this is interesting is this kind of the way the ordinary public looks at this, kind of the way the guy did. He didn't want to get involved. He was like, you know, this is going on, police do their stuff, and I just don't get involved, which is sad, and I think why a lot of this keeps going on and nobody does anything about it. I'm not anti-police. Anybody that watches my videos that thinks I'm anti-police is kind of misreading what I'm doing. I'm anti-police brutality. And I'm certainly anti-police brutality for reasons like against black people, minority people, people that the police look at as somebody that they think that could possibly be, trouble causers, or people that they think that are more likely to do crimes. But I put that video up because I just wanted to illustrate that, what people do sometimes when they see stuff like this. They just kind of back away. They don't really do anything about it, which is why I think this happens more often than it should. The other thing I want to really talk about is just want to talk about, how somebody like that could actually, he's a superior force. He's a bigger guy. She's a pregnant woman. How somebody really could do that? It's just a very, I don't even know how anybody could even possibly want to do something like that. It's such a, I don't even know what the words are. It's just such an evil way to live. To do something like that to somebody, especially if the person's pregnant. I do think they get in attack mode and they just can't stop themselves. And they take it very personally. I saw a case up in Los Angeles, downtown, where a guy was on the front of a bus. He was upset, I think, with the bus driver. I think the bus driver was treating poorly. So the guy got off the bus. He got in the front of the bus. He just kind of, hung on the front of the bus and wouldn't leave, or wouldn't get off, and the bus couldn't go anywhere and didn't leave. And they called. Obviously, took a little bit of time, but they finally called the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department showed up, and I watched that video, and I really respect what they did. They didn't come in and grab the guy off the bus, pull him to the ground, wrestle him down, beat him up, put him in handcuffs. They really tried to reason with the guy. They said, hey, you need to get off the bus. The bus has got to maintain its schedule, so on and so forth. The guy still didn't get off. He was really, really upset. And they just really talked him out of getting off the bus. And after they talked him out of getting off the bus, they were very nice to the guy. They said, if you have any problems, give us a call. We'll certainly, there's some people here that do this kind of stuff. They'll investigate it. Because the guy might have really seriously had a grievance with the guy who was a bus driver. And then after that, a lot of the police officers kind of went around and talked to the people in the crowd and shook their hand and introduced themselves and stuff like that. That's the way it should be. We shouldn't be every time a police officer shows up, it's time for somebody to get beat up or killed. So that's what these videos are about. These videos are about police brutality. That's what I wanted to illustrate. That's what I want to put in the light. That's why I make these videos, hopefully so people can watch them and see this stuff happening, and really put yourself in the position that guy was the other day, or the guy was in Springfield, Illinois in 2013, not the other day. But, you know, think about how you might react and what you do. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what I do, and I don't even know what to tell anybody. Because obviously you put yourself at risk if you start interfering with what the police are doing. And not only do you put yourself in risk, you could possibly, you know, put yourself in a place where you could be killed, you know. So, I don't know, man. It's a very interesting situation. I don't think it's getting any better. So, I think people need to address these issues, talk about them. Hopefully, you know, with the video cameras and with some police being a little more conscious about the way they act towards other people, maybe people can start to be able to trust the police again. So, anyway, thank you for watching.